Welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Mozzie. We're gonna jump straight in for my last video I posted not too long ago. If you're going to Fullsail University online, congratulations. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Online's not for everybody. It's not. And for you that are struggling, hopefully I can be some type of assistance to help you out. If you got any questions or comments, leave them down below. And trust me, I'll get back to you, as soon as I can. So I'm in month 4, like I said, audio production, bachelor's of science. Woke up this morning, man. It's crazy. I'm in English Comp 1, and it's insane. It's never ending. It's insane. The amount of reading you have to do to the amount of writing, like, it's something, yo. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off like this. If you're in English Comp 1, or if you're getting ready to take it, get all the necessity and all the reading, the necessary reading out of the way. Get that out of the way ASAP. Watch all the videos, everything like that. Get all that out the way. You have a journal entry every week, pretty much to cap up everything you read so far at the beginning. I would say get all your reading and videos watched no later than Wednesday. Earliest, me, I'm up at 12 a.m. and I jump on it and get it out the way. And I do my journal. Get that out the way because you're gonna need it. Because you're gonna have an analyzing project you're gonna have to do each week. You're gonna have steps, 4 steps to it. So each week you're gonna have one to do. That's the killer of this class. Like, killer. I was sitting at an 89. Third weekend, I did my ad analyzing project. I did the third part to it, turned it in, got a fucking 54. Excuse my language, but I got a 54. The issue was I really didn't know how to word it and present it in a professional manner. That's where I messed up at. Then I did my journal entry, which jumped my grade back up. I was at like I said, 89. It jumped my grade back up to 84 or 85. So basically, this whole term, man, I've been battling from the A and B, jumping, just teeter-totting, A and B in this class. It's a killer class, man. Let me see, I'm looking at my computer right now. Let's see, when you first start the class, it'll be getting started, meet the instructor, course overview, lecture registration, do that. Turning in registration. Turning in is a site that the school is using to make sure that you are not plagiarizing any of your content that you are writing when you actually submit your ad analyzing. And that's the only thing that you're gonna submit to turn it in. Everything else you're gonna submit to the site. There's also another thing you're gonna register for called McGraw-Hill Connect. If you haven't taken an English class in a long time, or if you wasn't ever good in it, I was always good at English, so it really wasn't a problem. But if you wasn't and you haven't, it's not your average person, place, a thing, noun, verb, adjective type thing. This is more in depth. So with that being said, it's a site you go to. There's reading that you do on it, and then you got 3 weeks, you got 3 little topics you have to go through. Take about an hour and a half max if you get everything right. It just gives you sentences, phrases, gives you an option to change words around, what is more fit for a sentence, things of that nature. And the more you get right, the quicker you'll get through it. Now, if you get them wrong, it does adaptive learning. So then it breaks things down that you didn't understand, which is pretty good. I liked it because there's a couple things that I forgot, and so we'll touch base on it. And it's a pretty good site. I like it. You have to do it. Easy 100. Have to do it. Usually you start out as a 100. In our class, we start out as 100 for our professionalism. It will go down over time if you don't do certain work that you need to do and you don't perform well. On to the next one, week 2, which will be another lecture archive, a journal response, like I said, got to be turned in on site. Basically summing up everything you read so far, whatnot, of that nature. Then, of course, your what they're called achieve models, like I said, on McGraw-Hill site. Then you'll start your ad thing, which is organizing. My bad. And to go back to week 1, skip that. Your week 1, you'll get 3 ads. Your teacher will post 3 ads for you to pick from. I did the McDonald's shops ad, basically coffee, and I was being pitched and sold. The first part of that will be called preparing to write, and then you move on to, like I said, organizing, where you organize all the information that you got. You get a template and everything. Week 3, you'll have another journal response, more lecture reading, another achieve module, of course, which will be your last one. Week 3 is your last achieve module. So if you're there, good job, hang in there. Then it comes back to the project, proposing with care. This is where you write out a full analysis of the ad. It's got to be 700 words minimum. I just did mine. I haven't got my grade back for it yet. Hoping I get an A on it, or at least a B. I need a B on it. And then week 4, which is what made me make this video. Week 4 is, of course, your overview, your lecture, and your reading. I've done that. Then your journal response. Okay, let me give you an example of a journal response. Week 4 journal response. Pulling it up now. Week 4, it'll ask you, like, for your journal prompt, is like, what have you learned about revision this week? If you already have a creative process in place, how is it similar or different from what you have learned in this class? How will you apply it, and how would you apply what you've learned to the division in the future classes and projects in your career? And then it just tells you, use quotes from the book and or this week's lecture content to support your journal exercise. I never really do that last little part. I just do my own little thing, and I end up getting a good grade on it, so kudos. But what's got me razzle dazzled is we got a journal response we have to do. Then we have a revision plan that we have to do. And before the revision plan is a thing called a peer review, where you have to log in and turn it in. You have to go to the site. Then you gotta go down to review, and you have to review other classmates and analysts and give them feedback on what you think they can do different on, or stuff of that nature. I haven't did it yet. I've tried to log in and do it, and it's not letting me for some reason. So I have to call the FSO team to see what's going on with that. And then it comes back down to your last and final of your 4-week project. It's called revising. Now here's my thing. This is what kind of sent me off the meter. If I got a good grade on something, and mind you, this topic, I mean this lecture, like it is the worst thing ever, man. Like it's a headache and a half. Like you be banging your head against the wall all day with it, cause I know I did. But the thing is, it got me, man, is if you got a good grade on it, they want you to rewrite it and whatnot. So I don't think I should have to do that. I don't think anybody should have to do that, because it's like you pour your brain out, man, and you banging your head against the wall. Now all of a sudden, they want you to rewrite it. I'm not feeling that, but of course, I'm gonna do it. So make sure you save your essay that you did in week 3, and make sure you backed it up, and just go back and retweak it, man. But that's all you really can do. All right, now to catch everybody up, you know, where I was. I gotta go back to creative presentation. I was in the middle of a move, so now I gotta redo that class. Yeah, class is whatever. I ain't gonna get too much into it until next week after I passed this class, and then we'll jump into a video of that. Audio arts in the entertainment and music industry. Love that class, man. That class was awesome. It was awesome. You get to dialect with your classmates a lot. You get a project where you have to go into the discussion board and you're talking to other classmates because you're trying to do a record deal, and you got to find producers, engineers, all this other stuff, and you got to negotiate between one another, which I loved it. It was awesome. Psychology of play was my next class after creative presentation, then it's psychology of play, then it's audio arts, and then you get into English comp. But my psychology of play, I love that class a lot. It teaches you how to incorporate play into your life to be less stressful. It teaches you a lot about stress relievers and just how to organize your time for you and how to make everything fit like a perfect puzzle. Whether it's between your work, your kids, school. Like me, it's kids, school, and home life, and studio and recording sessions, and things of that nature. Or it just teaches you how to organize it, and I loved it, man. Every week you got to make a calendar, like what you're gonna do this week, and it's awesome. It really is awesome. But all in a nutshell, that's it so far, man. I'm kind of disappointed. I was supposed to get my lunchbox, this week, but because I got to go back to create a presentation, I won't get it. So when that gets here, I'll upload that and I'll let you know what that is. But excuse me, my kids are in the background. But when I get my lunchbox, we'll do an open review on that one, and we'll see what's inside of that. And actually see is what I'm paying really worth actually going to the school. So far, man, I can honestly say the school is worth it for me. It really is. It is really. I'm learning a lot so far, but it really is worth it. It's worth it also. You get to network with different people that are already doing things. Like me, I want to produce. I want to, that's my thing. I want to make beats. I want to produce. I want to engineer. So you'll get a chance to meet different people, man. And my advice, create you a contact list now, in this school, because there's people that are actually doing some big things in this school and are actually, some very decent, good prospects. So create you a contact list, man, and get familiar with people and actually network with them. Network with your teachers if you have to. And I would strongly advise that also. But that's it for now, man. So anything you're going to ask me or have to ask me, leave it in the comments below. And I'll get back to you, man. Mozzie out, man. Peace.